Everything kind of worked out great this time, didn't it?
Sure
No
did.
more
Yeah.
technical entries in. Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of Modern Day Thrive. What edition are we in? I think we're in the
I've
80s.
lost track.
I think
but
we're in
yes.
the 80s. We've
Probably.
done about 80 shows. And
Sounds about right.
So, with me today, as always, George. How you doing?
I am doing good. Fast-paced week.
Of course, it looks like George is actually not named George. It's Crespar Dash. We're going to get into that
Yes, we
in a
will.
little bit. And of course, our newest kind of host, hopefully, regular thing. It's been a regular thing. We love her. Aisha
Hi.
from New York Life. Hi, Aisha. How you doing?
Surviving and thriving.
Survive and thrive. That's how the show started. It was about survival. It was at the beginning of the early part of the pandemic.
Yes.
And then, the only reason I changed it is because there was a domain, Modern Day Survival, that someone else had that domain, and I go, if this is going to go somewhere.
Might as well change it now.
Might as well change it before everybody just falls in love with us,
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so kind of adjust this thing, kind of get us, so I'm not looking in the wrong area here. So, yeah, survive and thrive. We need to do one. We should be doing the other.
Yeah, right.
And of course, survive and thrive. How's your mom? We heard you were just leaving your mom's house.
Yeah, she's happy and she's very, very, very much taking advantage of me. Since basically I gotta work for the car pretty much. She says, hey, I'm gonna buy a new car, but if you help bring the kids to school, take them from school, I'll give you the car.
Mhm.
So I've been like a free Uber for her.
Right.
And, yeah, if she wants to go to the store,
Nothing's
them back
ever free.
Hey, if you're getting a car, all right, that you know what? You just triggered a very great theme for the day. Keep your money in your pocket.
yes.
Okay. Your mom did that. She said, okay, I'd rather my daughter drive me around. I've got a car. She needs a car because your car got stolen like
Yeah.
a week or two ago.
Yeah,
So
the day before
you need a
Earth Day,
car. She wants a chauffeur.
pretty much.
Wow, isn't that great? And you get to keep the money in your pocket.
Yep.
And she'll probably pay you for gas. She'll probably buy the gas.
No.
When you shuttle her around, she's not buying gas.
No, of course not. I will not let my
Yeah.
mom pay for gas. I don't like asking for it. Like if I give, I feel bad. I'm like, hey, mom, pay for gas.
I'm
I
sorry.
Feel bad saying it.
I was still in my 40s and my mom was still slipping me $20.
Oh, my goodness.
Probably even in my 50s, of course. No, probably it was mostly in my 40s. All the way through my 40s, my mom still found dropped a 50 or a 20 in my pocket and just went, oh, here, take this. I'm old. I don't need it anymore. And that's what she would do. And it didn't matter how old I got.
I still get the birthday cards with a certain amount of money in there based on your age.
Yeah.
I won't tell you how old.
So you might just be a little young and that you're still in school. She's already kind of she's probably still reeling from all the money she did spend on you.
Oh yeah.
So, but eventually you're going to be completely out on your own in your own world, making your own living, and you're done with school. And I have a funny feeling she's going to find a need to seed a little cash once in a while. It may be later in your 20s. It may be, but moms globally are kind of like that, If she's going to give you a car now, you need a car.
Oh
you
yeah.
need a car.
Mm-hmm.
And, then likely you're going to need 20 bucks. She's going to believe you need $20 every time you see her, because, you're going to be out and about. So believe me. Yes, the Christmas cards will have the same amount of cash in it, and just the cards. I would get those big. You go to Sam's Club and get those 5-pound cans of popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
My mom would send me popcorn for no apparent reason.
Just come in the mail.
Bless her heart, she's passed now, but
My mom gives me like a whole bunch of food too whenever I drive.
She thinks I didn't eat, and this
yes.
is not a body that was starving ever. So, in fact, I gotta change this angle on this. Oh, going the wrong way. All right, so, there we go. All right, so, this is not a body that starves. So, but she always found I'd get a can of popcorn in the mail. The best thing she ever sent me was her homemade apple pie. She packed in dry ice.
Nice.
And I mean, she only made this pie like holidays. The stretch between November and December, that's when she made it. And I love Mom's apple pie.
Yeah.
And that was it. And there's some other things she made, but she made apple pie. And she knew, and
you wanted it.
She packed it and shipped it, and it was still cold when it made it 1,000 miles away.
That's funny.
And
So we're with ice cream.
she don't make ice cream, but and she don't have to, but the idea was she would do that. But you struck an interesting chord, because if your mom's going to give you a car, because obviously she wants a new one, and she and realizing you need, so big news, we'll be in a actual studio. It's going to be the first. It's going to be the first.
Yay!
It's mostly available now, but the previous tenants. Now, funny thing is my old studio, between the rent and the electric bill and the spam caller, no, that's something else. The rent, the electric, the internet, and all that, I'm paying. I got outwards of $1,500 a month.
Yeah.
Wow. Plus the upkeep and everything else, every bill I have is doubled, having an office and a studio, and it was crazy, and I've never kept so much money in the last few months as when I didn't have all those bills to pay.
Yeah.
So, but in the last few months, I've also been trying to go, I really want to be back in the studio. But can you see my dilemma? $1,500 going out the door.
I can see it.
$1,500 staying in my pocket.
Yeah.
So I have a client, and the client had a space open up in one of his places, and it was, they call them portables, but there's nothing portable about them. They're basically just big square, and he has a school, so it's technically a classroom. It's about 800 square feet, and he's, and we're trading service.
That works.
He needs something from me. He needs a little extra work from me. He's already a paying customer. And he needs something extra. And I go, well, this is kismet. I don't have to. I can keep my money in my pocket. So, was I thinking about this when I moved out of my old place? No, I wasn't. I wasn't considering that at all. Was it a seed I planted? Sure. I let all my clients know what was happening. Don't show up at my old studio, knock on the door going, where the hell is Dean? You know, where's my product?
Looks
Where's
vacant.
my video clips and all that? And I go, this is. So I let him know because I don't know what all the other businesses my clients are into.
Yeah.
Somebody could have some business properties that are empty.
Vacant.
You never know.
You never know.
So if you don't ask, you don't get, right?
That is true.
If you don't ask, you don't get. So,
Mhm.
and that, so looks like I'm getting into a space, and it could be a temporary thing. Could be, I'm just going with the flow right now. But I looked at it today and I went, oh, this is enough space. I can make this work, and it's only going to cost me a little of my time, which is the nature of side hustle.
Yep.
You're selling your time.
And yourself.
I'm okay with that because a lot of the time they require of me is stuff I can do on a computer in the middle of the night if I want.
Yeah.
So it's not like I have to go punch a time clock anywhere. So
That's the dream.
so you just kind of triggered off a whole thing here. You're getting a car, you need a car, and of course, yes, you have to gauge is you have the time to go, run errands for your mom, be her personal Uber. Okay. Sure.
And also, she's my client as well. My sisters are my clients. So basically, same thing you're doing, I'm doing. They're my clients, and I'm taking care of my clients. So those were my first clients, my mom and my sisters.
This is the nature of what modern day Thrive is.
Absolutely.
It's the nature of what we are. Keep your money in your pot, or keep your money making money. I'd rather my money not go somewhere else so that they can. I'd rather my money kind of stay where it is, making babies and
Making money.
and do all these great things that we teach it to do.
Yeah.
Because it don't do it by itself. If it sits in the bank, it's just kind of it's kind of bleeding out.
Yeah.
Your money
Turning to dust.
Your money is bleeding out sitting in a bank, in a regular bank. The only good thing about that is banks usually don't fail.
Generally, no.
Unless
Federally insured.
Yeah.
Somebody could rob the bank and the money is insured, but it is bleeding out because, all right, I need a little something this week. Boom. There goes, reduction. And before you know it, that account is siphoning. It's bleeding out.
Yep.
So the goal is to have some of your money going into places where it replaces faster than it's bleeding out, right?
Pays you, yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like life insurance.
Right. So any of the watchers right now, and we do ask you all, please like, follow, and share this. We mentioned it earlier, and thanks for the viewers. Looks like YouTube is our
Hot button today.
Okay, and YouTube is actually running. Might have been me, but so what happens is if you notice something different, my name Dean isn't sitting there. It's actually a website which you can actually type that in, and this is the Novatek FX that George got into me, and of course I am putting this out there that if people go to, I just gave it to one of my guys that he's like, man, I could throw $500 in this,
Yeah.
and
Let it ride.
and really it's going to make, what do we say, 12% a month.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that on a good month.
On a good month. Yeah.
On a bad month, it still pays. So better than my bank,
Yeah.
They're making money somewhere else on my money,
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
there.
Yeah, my
100%.
friend has a fraction in here that he has in his bank.
Right.
He probably got 4 times that amount in his bank. And he said he made more in 1 week, probably than he's making all month.
Well,
But don't
And
put
that was
all
undiminished.
don't put it all of it in Novatek. That's why I learned. I learned a
Oh,
lot.
no.
no. I think you need to. I think this is one of those things where you can bet on every horse in the race, and they're all going to win.
Yeah.
Some might win better, some might win, but you're betting on multiple horses, which goes to part of our other thing with Modern Day Thrive is don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't put all your
Multiple
money in one non-producing account you want. So George has got a website, crestpower-invest.com, and he's collecting what, 10% a week?
It's 12.6.
12.6% a week. So that means
And the minimum is $100.
well, and that's what it is a week, but it's paying out daily.
Well, this one pays out actually at the end of the other ones pay daily, but this one pays at the end of the week after 7 days. But it's 12.6. And so it's
7 days. So every Monday, Friday, what?
Actually, it's Friday. It depends on when you start it. So if you happen to start on a
maybe
Saturday,
I should start
it'll
it
be
tomorrow.
a Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the modern day Thrive part about this, why I have Novatek FX is because, and why Aisha, why she has her
My
email for New York Life, and she can be your New York Life representative. And
Agent.
she's
I'm
agent.
going
Sorry,
to-
agent. All right. I'll shut up and let you talk a little bit. Tell me a little bit about New York Life, what you do.
Yeah, New York Life, basically we do investments, but it's more like investing more in the future, and it's more of a long-term investment. So like Novatech is more that gives you weekly or monthly. We give
Short-term,
you
definitely.
yearly, and it's short-term, but we do long-term and more locked in. So this new product, it's called a PDA, premium. Let me just make sure I got that right. Premium deposit account, PDA. Basically, they lock in your rates. The moment you sign the paperwork, we lock in your rates. We say we're going to give you this amount for X amount of time. So it's going to be for 5 years. The first year is going to be 10%. And then for the rest of the 4 years, it's going to be 3.5% of your money per year. So those rates are locked in the first 5 years. And then, it goes on, it matches the market afterwards. So that's how we do it. So we guarantee it, but it's not like money can come back in. It's more like you have to be able, are you willing to put the money in there? And are you willing to watch it grow? Are you willing to look away? Are you okay with doing that? So I say I'm gonna do it myself because I'm young and my rate's gonna be a lot lower since I'm younger. And I just say if you want to basically plan for something in the future, want to buy a house, want to buy a boat, a yacht, whatever, put some money aside, find a good investment. I mean, Nova amazing, but it's more like, I want to buy, I want to invest quickly, move on, do something, go in a risky market, go on. That's amazing. We say do everything.
Crypto, Novatech.
Yeah, go for it. But we just don't say put all of it in there.
Yeah.
Have some safe investment with me. I'm the safe, dot the I.
And like both of us, we've invested in a whole life, and the benefits.
Cash value is great, right?
The cash value is great,
Cash value is great.
and after so many years, I could take loans, low interest loans. I'm not sure,
it's simple interest.
Yeah, simple interest loans, and I can choose to pay it back, or it would just deduct it from my beneficiaries, whatever they get or didn't
benefit.
get.
Yeah, from the death
the
value.
death benefit. So, and of course, I will die one day, so someone's going to get something, whether or not I take a big chunk out and they don't get so much.
But why not use it in the meantime? If you
Exactly.
can take it out and put it into something earning money, it's
Say
a good way.
I'm retired, my income is fixed, and all of a sudden my roof is leaking, and I need a new roof.
Sure.
And I need
Contact
10 grand. I'll know where to get it.
Sure.
Exactly. From us, because we're not gonna fight you for it. It takes us
Correct.
3 days. It takes you 3 days to go to the bank. It takes us 3 days. It's just that all rates are a lot
3
lower.
days.
Yeah, 3
Pretty quick
days.
normally.
I think I mentioned this on a previous episode that right now a big chunk of my money is in a holding account, and I called them up and asked them if I could, get some of that back, not to stop my account or cancel anything, just I need access to funds, and they were incredibly. This is New York Life. I know you're not with New York Life, but I am. I just called them up and went, "Can I do this?" And they said, yeah, absolutely, you can do this. And what's the hit?
Yeah.
Sometimes the hit hurts.
Sure.
Sometimes it depends how far deep you're in.
Oh yeah.
But
And how much you're talking about,
how much you're talking about, how much you're trying to pull out. Yeah. Sometimes, and thankfully I didn't have to touch it. And but yeah, it's kind of it's great because. It's not like a fly-by-night company either. New York Life. They have
177 years. We've been around since I believe Florida is actually older than us by 1 month.
Oh wow.
Wow. So
So yeah,
so yeah,
because
and
we have a record, and you won't lose your money if there's an emergency. We also have an account that's called an emergency fund, so we focus on that emergency fund security for the future. If you need the money, we can tell you what the risk is, because nothing is without risk, but at the same time we're going to say, oh no, don't you
right.
dare touch it, because
I think
we have so many stuff that we invest in, and we have no shareholders, so we're not paying nobody your money
well,
comes back to you.
technically, I'm a shareholder,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but your
so I get
policy is
dividend
It's
payments.
not stock shareholders.
You know,
It's
but
not
yeah, no
right,
everybody in the
right.
stocks.
company.
I don't have a stock in the company, but my money is like a dividend.
Yeah, that's how
payment
you get
back
your
to me.
return.
Yeah,
Pretty
So.
much.
but
Yeah, because all the investment we make, we give it back to the client. Because the thing is, you helping us, you trust us with your money. We invest your money, we make a profit, we give it back to you because it's not ours to keep. It's
right,
yours to invest. It's yours profit, and we give it back to you every single year. So it's great because they allow us agents to actually get policies on ourselves as well. So we can benefit from a system just by owning a policy, and we can just watch it grow, and it's just amazing. I love my job because I help people and I don't have to
yeah.
do any, sneaky business. So I
And
like it.
also, I believe when I hit my full cash value, that I'm collecting close to like 5%
Oh yeah.
dividend payment yearly.
Nice.
Which when you add it up, it's a chunk of money. When you add it up, it's like, oh wow, this is actually a
Good
big
place.
chunk of money, and I think that's also tax free.
Yep.
The dividend?
Tax free growth. Yeah, tax free growth. Because the money
So
I'm
it's
giving you
not
is already
capital
taxed.
gains; it's
No.
money coming back to me. So in a way, it's almost like it's not quite a part-time job, but it's you
Yes,
think about that when you're at that retirement age, and you go, every little bit helps,
Yeah.
and if you're getting a 2,000-3,000 a year, divide that up, and that could be a car payment, that could be that could pay some bills, and
And also, when you said that you're going to take a loan, if you take a loan out of your money, it does not, you know how you get a dividends? It takes around the original dividends. So let's say you have 100, let's just make a guess, $100,000, and you take, and you take 10%. We're not going to give you a dividends of $90,000. We're going to give you a dividend of $100
so
because
you're still
that's okay,
so you're
because
still
that's what you have.
collecting,
Exactly. The
so you're
full
not
amount.
taking the big penalties, if you
No.
push them
It
out.
doesn't deter your account at all. You're
Right.
actually taking the loan from the insurance company themselves.
Yeah,
Based
from your
on your
money.
cash
Yeah,
value.
because it's
Yeah.
money they won't have to pay out.
It's secured.
Exactly.
Unless you put it back in. you know.
We don't
So,
have to worry about it because you'll pay it back anyway, whether it's with your death benefit and or you pay it out slowly over time. We have no time. You can do it like a lot of people. They pay it out little by little, and then they give a lump sum at the end, or they just do it in the beginning. That money is for you to give at the time that you need to. Because I cannot
Right.
say, hey, by the way, give it by next week. We're not gonna send loan trucks after you. Give because the money is for you to take and use, and then just give back because that money is for you.
My
and your
next
family.
job, New York Life loan shark. No, I mean, and somebody a little older that might get like a windfall kind of thing, or sell a piece of property. It's a great place to park a chunk of money, and then you go, you know what? I don't really know what to do with this money. Whether it's 50 grand, 100 grand, I don't know what to do with it. So put it in a life insurance policy. It acts like a bank that actually pays you interest.
Yep, big interest.
And I'm like, okay, that's
With no
better
maintenance
than
fees.
parking it in a bank. It's not federally insured, but hey, if a company like New York Life goes under, we got bigger problems.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
just,
because we've
you
been
know.
around since slavery. I mean, if anything happens that makes us stop, there's not gonna be no Earth left because we went through World War One,
All
World
those
War
guys
II.
with the top hat and the monocles, man, those guys, they're around for a while. So
Yeah.
all those monopoly guys,
They know how to do it.
we're thrilled with that. So, and then of course, did we talk about Crest Power?
Not in depth. Actually, I can.
So why don't you talk about Crest Power?
I'm actually going to share. Let me make sure I'm still logged in here.
It's like we got some people popping in and out here. I got some likes. Oh, my brother's somewhere out there. He did a like. He's not chatty tonight,
No, I haven't heard anything.
but he did send us a like. Thank you, Donnie.
All right. Can you guys see the screenshot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're seeing it. Yeah.
So this is Crest Power. This is the back end. I'm logged into my account, and so I started it on Friday, and it'll end on Friday. And like currently, right now, the balance is 1133 for this week. I'm expecting it to be around 13
Yeah.
tomorrow, and it's end of day. It's kind of like
Gotcha.
after my day's over. So
Gotcha.
when you deposit money in, I'm in this plan right here, and it gives you the expiration, so you know it's going to expire in 20 hours. So I know exactly when to go check it, and then basically the investment, I can start it over, which I probably will, and I'll roll it in. So, and then basically the active deposits will go away. It'll go to zero.
Okay.
Until I roll it back in again next week, and then next week it'll be 104 plus whatever this number ends up being.
Yeah.
So, but like I say, it's 12.6 in a week. It's really easy. I put it in, I can walk away from it.
Yeah.
I don't really have to watch it. I don't have to do anything with it. I just wait for the.
And it's not like you're getting back crypto, so is this crypto?
It probably
or is this
does
a holding account?
cash out in crypto.
Okay.
You fund it with crypto.
All right. So that's your buying in. You're buying in crypto. You're sending it to these guys, and
this is a minimum of 100. They have other packages.
so you can do $100 and pull down as much as 10%.
12.6.
12. All right.
Yeah, sorry.
Split hairs. So did you get it last week? 12.6.
I did actually. Yeah, I had 104 in there, and for 100 I would have expected 1260.
Yeah.
I got 13 and some change.
So even during a week of just people just really reeling from the horrible,
they were,
oh yeah,
you know, everybody was, you know, begging on the street for spare change, and and yet you still made 12.8%. Okay. Well, that makes, you know, that's not bad. So you got in, and you can get in with as little as $100.
Yeah, so the first one is 100 to 10,000.
Right.
And then it goes 10,000 to 30,000. And the 10,000 to 30,000 is a 2% payout.
Wow.
For 7 days. And then
which is 14% a week.
30,000 to 100,000, it's 250. So it's 2.5. So you know, those are a lot higher numbers. I don't know how much I'll put in there.
Numbers,
you know,
right. And if you roll back in, and you're going to this daily.
This one I do not.
Oh, this pays you weekly.
Yeah.
So do you roll it back in every week, or are you pulling something?
The first week I did not, because I wanted to test the cash out process.
Right.
You know, nothing there. It was all flawless, pretty quick, about a couple hours.
Right.
As of now, I'm going to roll everything in.
So every week you're going to go back and take that $10, $12. And then, but the thing of it is, the next week now you're getting 12% of $112, or you know, whatever. So that money's going to grow fast.
It will, and like I say, my big thing is having access to crypto. And actually, I'm going to turn that share off. So like I have, you know, I mine Bitcoin,
right?
You know, and I have my big miner is actually going to be at the house tomorrow.
Okay.
It was in a warehouse somewhere, you know, running in a...
Right, yes.
But the fees were just killing me.
Yeah, and I think they lost their location.
They lost their location,
your
so
miner
it's been down
got
for 3 weeks.
Shut down and sitting in a box.
Just sitting in a box.
So now you're having it shipped to you, and now you're going to plug it into your...
I'm hoping it's easy.
Okay.
We'll see. I haven't done it.
Hey, I'll be here.
It should be just a computer,
I
right?
should be able to figure it out, but yeah.
I think you kind of have that figured out.
Yeah.
Yes, we've kind of been dealing with computers for a minute.
Yeah.
So, okay. So that'll be interesting to see how it runs at your house.
Yes.
Since you just got the solar grid.
Yep.
And at least for so many hours of the day,
it's paid for.
It's paid for.
Yeah. I still get a bill at the end of the month, but you know, it's nothing compared to
maybe you put it on a battery.
I am gonna look into
like a really beefed up UPS.
Yeah.
So it can run through the evening on the battery.
I'm gonna look into that
because that you can put just for that computer, because that's probably a 300-watt power supply is gonna, you know, through the night especially, is gonna probably uptick your
probably a little bit, since
you're not on a grid, you're not on a battery. You know, you don't have like the Tesla wall in your house or anything like that. So, so yeah, I mean, yeah, I think there's a way to do it. You know, get a few batteries, figure out how long it'll run,
Yeah.
And based on the wattage or the power supply, you can test that out with any computer that's got a similar power supply.
Sure. Sure.
Might have a little beefier power supply too.
It may be
300
more.
watt is most consumer power supplies for desktops. This might have a 500 watt power supply.
Could be
or
800.
something. Yeah.
I don't know.
So it could be really kind of eating up some power here.
But no, that's kind of exciting because then it gives me BTC directly.
Right.
That aside from the fact that I'm reinvesting these profits, now I have others. I can decide to beef them up quicker if I want to.
And basically, you're running like a slot machine, autopilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're running like a autopilot slot machine. You're just running it all day long, and you got to go in once in a while
Yeah.
and
Cash it
and,
out.
and cash it out. And basically, it's using your computing power
Yeah.
to add to everybody
graphics.
else's computing power to help
Solve
the
equations.
blockchain and help solve equations and whatnot. So, in a way,
I've always wondered all this Bitcoin I've been buying lately if my miner at home is solving any of those equations.
I
don't know if I can tell that or not, but yeah.
So
I mean, I heard that it takes a lot because I heard that it in certain third world countries, I think
Yeah.
they were like mining crypto, and it took so much off their power grid because the power grid was not made to set up that much,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it was like a whole setup. And I'm just like, my God, how much does it take? So I mean, I'm
And
totally learning about it.
every raid, like FBI raid,
Yeah.
Oh,
when it has something to do with crypto, was mostly the only thing they can charge you for is stealing power.
Yeah.
wow.
Unless you're doing something else, hacking in the dark
Yeah.
web and shit like that.
Yeah, I
But
think a few people got raided and it ended up being something else, but it was
I think the commonality is they're usually stealing power because you can't make enough money to pay the power bill that it's going to take to.
yeah.
So you have to steal the power to keep all the servers running, mining the crypto and blah blah blah.
A lot of the
So
big
it's,
farms are in places where the power is really efficient.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how they do that.
You want in
Iceland
Arizona
or
and
something.
Hey,
You know.
get a whole
With
bunch
a-
of generators, hook them up together, and just pray for the best. Just hope nothing explodes.
So it's been a while since I've heard of any big raids of
I haven't
someone
heard of any.
stealing. It's
My
been
mom
months.
was talking about one in southern Florida. I'm not sure if it's Miami or so, but I think it was somebody. And she said that they were basically investing crypto for people. So people gave them money and they invested
Oh,
and
yeah.
gave people and they raided him. And I'm not sure why he got raided, but I think it's because he was mining. But I think he was stealing energy just like that. He's not
Yeah.
doing anything. He's not getting charged or anything. But he is giving people all back their money because he was giving 19%, I believe.
Wow.
So-
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was just like 19%. My God, what is he
Yeah.
stealing? Because I was just wondering what kind of stuff are you doing? So I
Yeah.
never knew. That makes more sense. That makes sense. why
Buying
they would-
devices. You got to have lots of devices in a room, in a cold room because it's generating heat.
Yes.
And then of course the you have to keep the room cold, and then you have to keep the devices powered.
Yep.
So the cost of that is we learned that early on. I can't have 200 computers in my little house without throwing some massive electric bill. And you got to have them running 24/7. So solar only solves maybe half the problem.
Yeah.
The other
Three-quarters, maybe.
8 to 10 hours a day that is dark, you either got to be running off batteries, and the more you do that, then there's probably battery costs and whatnot. So
Isn't there like a computer that runs in water? Like you can use water to cool it down instead of air. Because I heard there was like when I was younger,
There's
I
water
heard
cooling.
about that. Yeah, a water cooler. Yeah, like basically a water that cools down the CPU while the computer's just trying its best to die.
Mhm.
So
a computer that runs on water, they make them now.
no.
Computers that run on water?
Yeah, it's called a cell
Yeah.
phone, a waterproof cell phone. So Rob, one of my guys, he said, I jumped in the pool the other day and it was waterproof.
Yeah.
And he got it wet just briefly, and then he realized, why is his phone dead? Like 2 hours later, it was a little crack, hairline crack in his face.
Yeah.
And yet that was enough to let water in just for that brief moment.
Ouch.
and kill his phone.
The
So-
crack fix place I went to fix the screen.
You break iFix, yeah.
Yeah, they have a dehydrator
Yeah.
that can potentially save your phone.
You mean
Really?
this shivering one? Doing that? Oh, I heard about it. I watched this YouTube guy, and it's amazing.
So
He just cleans it with like well, he says it's like a something. It's not a hydrophobic water, but it's like a Iclone Water something. It's
Mhm.
amazing.
There's stuff you can buy right off the shelf that if you have a flood,
Mhm.
you put the stuff in and it pulls moisture.
Tampered.
Damper it, yeah.
Yeah.
You could actually put your phone. You have to put it so that it doesn't fall, but the water, there's these flakes. It looks like little snowflakes, like plastic,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
pulls water in, and then it converts it to this oily thing, oily
Oh.
substance. But you just can't have your phone sitting
Yeah.
in the powder. You have to have it, you know. Rice is another
Rice
thing.
is
If you
another.
put your phone
Yeah, but
on a bed of rice, it the rice will absorb the water.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
a lot of
just
people. I heard a lot of people, a lot of new tech people, like new phones, like the good ones now. The
yeah.
ones that can do all the 5G stuff. They say now these phones are so sensitive that putting them in rice is not good. It's better for you to put them in the
No,
oil, which is
Uh,
weird.
better to do what?
To put them in the oil, the thing that you were talking about. It's better
The
to put them in
damp
the
red?
oil, yeah,
Yeah,
than to
Yeah.
put it
yeah.
in the rice because the rice will suck up the outside water. It's the inside water that destroys the phone. Because
So what you have to do is you have to have that damp rid.
Mhm.
You have to have a box where the phone's
Yeah.
sitting inside a box so you can seal it like a plastic tubby.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in a tubby. Put the damp rid in here, 6 inches away from the phone. And I've never tried this,
I haven't
but
either.
I would not
this
recommend
is
it.
probably $5 worth of damp rid, and
Works pretty good.
I would
and
say go
yeah.
to a professional, see how they do it, then copy. Like you can't just do everything
I
like Wolverine style.
I,
I'm
I
a
don't
person.
think they reinvented the wheel on this one. I think they're probably using damper and not telling you, oh yeah, it's high tech. I couldn't explain it, to
I
you.
haven't seen it,
And
but
then
he
they're
said it was a dehydrator of some kind.
then they got the damper it under the cabinet. They got to push it out of sight, so you
Yeah.
don't see it. I'm like,
I
I
mean, that's the only way we can make money though. If people don't know how to do it, then you make money. I mean, if everybody knew how to build phones, we'll build our own phones, right? So
I
True.
I went, well, yeah.
this dates back to early on in my career, we would film like I've been on boats and stuff like that, and saltwater especially is horrible for electronic like cameras,
Yeah.
And I've been told by other friends of mine, it's like, man, if your camera takes a dunk
It's done.
into the water, even if it's temporarily, they said the worst thing you can do is take it out of the water.
Yep.
You leave it in the water, leave it under the water, because it only starts oxidizing
Yeah.
when it comes out and the air gets to it. So they
Yep.
actually say you can do that, and then of course then you have to. Yeah, it's a no matter what, it's a mess. But back then we had cameras worth $30,000-$40,000, so you definitely want to do your And I was always kind of like, oh God, I hope this. And I've been on boats before where we're in the ocean, and
Flying
I'm
pretty
like,
good, yeah.
I'm
Wow.
like, yeah. And to this day, I've, even shot out in the rain. I'd make sure to have rain gear and stuff like that. And water is,
Wow.
hitting the camera, the lens, and everything. And you just kind of hope for the best.
Remember the
I
way.
mean, I could never know how they do that. Actually, making like scenes underwater or near water, because I'm just
Oh,
like this
well, it's
phone
in a
is like
housing.
1,000, but you have
Yeah.
like a million. I mean, like hundreds of thousands of dollars of camera set. Like each piece like a couple $1,000s, and you're gonna put it in rain or underwater or
Yep.
anywhere near a liquid. And I'm
They
just
make
like,
they make
I think it's.
they make rigs for that. You know.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was scared of getting a camera because of that. Because I'm clumsy, and I love I don't like the beach. I don't like going to the beach because I can't swim. So I'm like, if I can't swim, don't go in the water. But I
Well,
love to take pictures. But
one of the
I'm
best
scared.
things you could probably buy to go to the beach, a GoPro.
Yeah.
Ooh,
GoPro. Yeah.
you're sturdy.
Best $400 you'll spend. You could drop it. I have a Sony version of the GoPro.
Mm-hmm.
And last time I was last couple times, and I took a weekender cruise to the Bahamas. I bring my Sony, and I would snorkel with the camera in its housing. And, I do a little show and tell, but people know what GoPros look like, so it's not much different. Well, when I wasn't shooting with my camera, and my camera's underwater, and I'm just point and shoot, and I'd put it in my pocket as I'm swimming.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, fell out of my pocket. Okay, so now we're in a basically maybe half a football field area.
Oh no.
So I kind of knew the direction when I last had it. And of course, this is where there's lots of people, but it's also like 10 to 15 feet deep in
Yeah.
some areas. So I'm snorkeling back, and I'm the person I was snorkeling with said, I got to go back. I got to look for it. I'm thinking I'm never going to see that camera again.
Yeah.
The camera I paid a few $100s for back in the day. So we turn around, we're snorkeling back, we're looking for it, and it's not. Likely we might find it, so we're going back. Well, there's these floating platforms at these private islands, cruise islands in the Bahamas, and there's some people sitting on it, and I'm going back. There's a guy kind of waving me down, and he's got my camera in his hand. Okay, they were just jumping off, and somebody noticed it. They went down and grabbed it, and there it is.
That's funny.
So
Okay.
nice.
And and of course it was probably 15 minutes later when I got to it. So it wasn't until, because with GoPros you can't really watch, or at least that version, you can't really watch the videos, while so it wasn't until I got back from the cruise. They went and recorded a bunch of video of them like waving at the camera, like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I didn't see that till I was already home back in Orlando.
That's funny.
Oh, that's
So
perfect.
it was
That's
funny,
cute.
but I actually, lost my camera. Somebody
Oh.
found it, got it back to me,
Okay.
and then I got a little video clip of my vacation. But yeah,
That's
It's
funny.
amazing.
but those cameras are great around the beach. I wouldn't think twice.
I mean, I was scared because I was worried when you said you dropped it. I was just like, I hope a shark didn't eat it, because I know sharks are like known to like eat whatever that moves. So I'm like, it's shiny and it's in the ocean. It's
If
not
you
that
were swimming where there were sharks nearby that would eat your camera, then
you would not be around. Would
you
you?
should just be thankful that you got out of the water
Yeah,
and
right.
not your
Oh,
camera.
yeah.
But no, GoPros are they've been around for a dozen years, and they are one of the best cameras to take to the beach.
Nice.
Leave your
Thank
phone,
you.
leave your
Small.
phone back in your hotel or your cruise, and just take your GoPro. Phone doesn't work anyways. You don't get,
Yeah.
Generally, no.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's called vacation. Just take your camera, leave your phone.
You get sand in it.
But yeah, if GoPros are great for that, and you want to take videos and selfies, it's just easy, and that's the smartest investment you can take especially if you like snorkeling. I love snorkeling. I'll get in the water and you won't see me again for a couple hours.
Actually,
My
I wanna
head's
go
down, my
snorkeling.
snorkel's up, my flipper's on, and I'm just looking at fish. So anyway, so
Was it hard though? Because I want to go snorkeling just because I want
Oh.
to go deep sea fishing. Because I want
It-
some crab, I want some lobster naturally for my hands. So I was wondering if I go down there and hey,
crab and lobster. There's
Yeah,
not a whole lot of Caribbean crab and lobster. There's
oh no,
crab
not in
and
the Caribbean,
there's
it's like
crab.
in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can go
Well-
deep sea fishing, but I don't know about crabs and lobster.
Oh.
But you'll get other stuff.
And
Aw.
Florida's not a great, unless you go down to Key West or the Keys. I mean, you want to see something first of all, so you got to go where there's a reef, and that's where the Keys start.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you want to see something. So if you're gonna snorkel, go to the Keys or take a weekender to the Bahamas. Some of the best snorkeling in the world is in the Bahamas.
Nice.
The reefs are there, the fish are there. You could see. I saw puffer fishes. I've like natural, little fat little fish, just kind of.
Did you scare them?
No. They just they do their thing. I did mine. But if you can breathe through a tube, you can snorkel.
Yep.
That's it. Your body takes care of the rest. You don't need to be even, for some reason, wearing all that stuff. It keeps you floating on the water.
Wow.
But the best water. Some of the
clear.
best water is, some of these islands in the Bahamas. Royal Caribbean is
I
one
feel
of the-
so great because
I-
that's where I'm from, the Caribbean, and I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, compliment my own country.
They say some of the best diving is in like Aruba and the southern Caribbean area. but love the Bahamas. I've never seen so many colors of blue in my life. Shades of blue. Wow,
I
there's a
miss
blue,
those
there's a blue,
days.
all within the same area.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. So it's one of the luxuries being in Central Florida that for a couple $100 I can go to the Bahamas on a
Yeah.
cruise, eat for 4 days, eat my weight in 4 days, go on a cruise, go snorkeling, all for like a couple $100.
Yeah.
It's there's nothing better, you know. Um,
Good
have I been
birthday
to?
gift.
I've been to Jamaica. I've been to so many islands. I don't think I've ever been to Haiti.
Hey, you never
Um,
know, because it's
yeah,
usually the best part of Haiti is usually the white sand beach with the clear water. That's
yeah,
usually
yeah.
where a lot of tourists go, and
Right.
it's
And that's
beautiful, to be
and that's
honest.
where the cruise ships go or
Yep.
gone or whatever. And
And the expensive coconuts. I know they're
yeah,
expensive. I'm just gonna say it. We gouge you
the ones
guys. I
that
mean,
just fall out of the tree and then tourists
yeah.
buy for $10. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. You think that? No, we
I,
charge you
I,
15 bucks. You're from America. You can afford it.
You got to
You're
get your
cheaper.
money
That's the
somehow.
normal
And
price.
this is us. This is us getting our money. If you want to go, anyone watching this wants to go to Novatek and enroll, please. This is how, I might make a little bit and George has got his crisp power.
Put mine in the
And of
chat
course,
too.
Aisha can help out with New York Life and just
I can help
give
you fund your
her,
vacation.
help you fund your next 20 vacations.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And
And your kids'
Free cars,
and that's kind of
everything.
what we do, and we're gonna have more stuff like this. We're eventually getting around to it. Just kind of, Aisha actually put this in, so you actually really brought something to the table. Put your name in and your contact. We rode you a little hard last week, telling you to put your name in, and you're like, you didn't. And we're
I
a
was
little
just sharing
brutal,
my best friend
but
is your
now
singing. Like,
and here you go showing up, and you got your email over yours,
I
and
came
that's
prepared.
great. So.
Yeah.
What time is it? 7:45. So, what else has been going on in the world?
Oh yeah. I believe it. We're still in May. Sorry, the months are going so fast. I'm waiting for June to start.
Yeah.
This month is Individual Disability Awareness Month. So basically, we just rolled out with this whole new individual disability package. Basically,
Oh,
for you to, when you, let's say you get injured with besides workers comp, if you get injured on the job, you can get workers comp, but if it's outside the job, you don't qualify for workers comp. That's when IDI comes in, individual disability income. So basically
hmm.
we protect your money for an average of, unless you have 3 years of money sitting around to help you pay for the bills, help you for everything, we will
Right.
basically help you cover 60% of your wages per month
Oh,
for us to
mm,
give it to you.
wow.
And it's I'm gonna get one for myself because I realize that if I get hurt and
Yeah.
I want to go, snorkeling, and I don't want to, get stabbed by a swordfish or something, and then not be able to work, and be out of like so much money.
Sharks, swordfish. What else? You're gonna have like
Pufferfish. Oh, I have
Barracudas.
barracudas,
lionfish. Lionfish. That's
lionfish.
Lionfish.
Because the first thing you want to do when you see a lionfish is, I want to pet the lionfish.
What's the one you step on?
I actually want to touch them so fast and then that's when it showed me that those are bones. Those are not like little things you can touch. Those are sharp spikes. And I'm like,
Lionfish.
they're so
Yeah, they're
beautiful.
pretty nasty.
Yeah, they don't taste so good though.
What's the
One
one
of
you
those.
step on?
How
There's
about
one
a
that-
saltwater croc?
Oh, the
You
rockfish.
just in case when I'm swimming and I go and try and
Oh,
pet
yeah.
the saltwater croc, and I lose an arm, if not my whole. But no, that kind of makes sense because workers' comp. When you work for somebody, they take the brunt of the providing you have workers comp. If you get hurt at your job,
At my job.
at
Yeah.
your job,
Only
on the
at
job,
on your
employed
clock.
by the company, they
Yeah.
provide you with workers comp. Now, me being self-employed, I run my own company. I don't have the luxury of somebody else paying. I can't even workers comp myself.
No,
Yeah, I think restaurants the same way. The owners don't have it on
No, they don't.
themselves.
Yeah, servers
Right.
don't have it.
You can't own the company and
And collect.
and collect a policy if you get hurt. So this is a great thing, especially I guess my inkling would be to ask, how, obviously it's based on how dangerous your job is, right?
Yeah, because the less like you yourself, you are a producer. So if you are a producer, you have less of a risk than a construction worker or maybe a dentist kind of. So
Right.
basically, So you're basically doing a rating. The best rating you can have, the lower your pricing is, and we base it on how much money you make. Let's say you cannot say, oh, I want $1 million per month. We're not gonna give you. We're gonna base it on your actual income. So
Yep.
we usually take a year of your pay stubs, and usually have to work for an average of a year or two. And if you are, independent worker, 1099, 1095, all those, those beautiful stuff, you will just bring us your pay stubs and your
Right.
W2s as well, W2s, W4s, W9s. Bring everything, show it to us.
Yep.
Basically, we will make a plan based on your income. So we're not gonna, charge you above rate. It's just like if
Yeah.
you're healthy,
You don't
you
want to.
come
You
to
don't
a
want to pay
restaurant.
more money than you might not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We
So
it's based on your income. So you don't
yeah.
actually pick the price. The price comes up with all the requirements of your job.
Is
You're
there
not giving out money.
is there a
You're
basic
paying for it.
is there a basic percentage, like they look at your income and go, okay, we're going to charge you 10%.
Yeah, it's just they say that it's 2 to 4% of your income.
Okay. See, that
Yeah.
gives us a realistic kind of go, would I even shop for that? But then and of course, the older you get, I'm guessing the
Yeah.
larger that percentage gets,
No.
No?
The older you get, we don't charge you larger. It's just that if you're 60,
Yeah.
we might have some issues because at 65, that's when your disability comes. And
Right.
you might get it, but usually 65 is the cutoff for individual disability. But the thing is, you can still qualify for it. I mean, all you have to do is just show that you work full time. You have to work an average of 30 hours or more and make more than $18,000 per year. And you
Yeah.
qualify for it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And you just have to
And
do
2 to
all the health.
4% you're paying
Yeah.
in premiums to have that backup plan,
Yeah.
so that when
And
you're out there petting lionfish and wrestling barracudas and
or maybe you get
and
cancer. So yeah, we cover
or
cancer. Yeah.
cancer wow, no
Yeah.
kidding.
If you
All right.
can't work. And also if you're a business owner, let's say that you want to pay your employees, you get sick, you can't work. We cover those costs too, as well as loans.
Wow.
Whether it's business loans or student loans, but it has to be before you get the policy. You cannot
Yeah.
just get a loan while you get the policy just for us to cover it. That's messed up. But you usually do like the payments. The
Can it be
minimum payment,
retroactive? Can I have you pay for my student loan from 30 years ago? Or?
if
Yeah,
it's
probably
still
not. Yeah.
active. But if you
Probably
pay it
not.
off, kudos to you.
Yeah. Funny. Yeah. I still owe a student loan. Go get an insurance policy. You know, to
They'll pay it.
work out a way to get around that.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
actually
2 to
we have one
4%.
for business owners. We have one also. There's one that's called CAT.
And insure your cat
Motorcycle. Yeah, it's called CAT.
after 9 lives. So the 10th
No, it's
live will
actually-
pay.
I think it's more like catastrophic. Like let's say that you are
Oh.
basically you cannot do the
You
two
had a-
basic functions.
You had a
So-
kitty cat that needed insurance in a bad way.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Yeah, the only thing is we can only insure humans. That's the only bad part. Sadly.
Cat
you can buy
insurance.
cat insurance. I mean, it's out there.
Oh yeah.
Cat
we wish we had cat
insurance.
Oh yeah. They got animal. They got animal insurance.
You're
out
thinking
there.
that. She's thinking catastrophe insurance.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, cat
Okay.
is for catastrophe. So let's say you get a
Cat
horrible
or
accident. And you,
catastrophe. Two
Yeah.
very different things. I want to insure my cat.
yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's say your cat. Okay, let's say your cat attacks you, and it turns out you had the cat had a parasite, and you can't. You're paralyzed from the neck down. We cover your medical costs as well.
You shouldn't. I'll tell you right now. You shouldn't have anything. The direction you're going. Attack cats and barracudas and lionfish. You really.
It can happen.
I'm
I love
wondering. Yeah, you don't have animals in your house, do you?
No, I don't
Yeah,
have
I
any
didn't think
pets,
so.
but I
Didn't
want
think
to.
so. You're not surrounded by. I got a dog. Doggies and kitties don't normally attack. Well, cats have been known and dogs have been known, but a pet owner doesn't really worry that their cat's all of a sudden going to attack them.
Hey, you might have
A
a
pet
Komodo
shark.
dragon,
If I
too.
had a pet shark, kept him out in the back. I don't know.
Bathtub.
A pet alligator.
Oh yeah.
But no, funny. I know you don't have pets because of the way you think pets are all killing machines.
Machines. I mean, I'm sorry, but I just hear the horror stories of having pets. Like I remember this one guy had a Komodo dragon, and it killed him. So. Yeah, it
Well, a
was-
Komodo dragon is not a legal animal you can own either.
It's a lizard.
It's a
big
monster.
lizard.
It's like owning an alligator and going,
Yeah.
the next thing is, those Bengal tigers from the
Oh
two
yeah.
magicians that
Yeah.
one of them got mauled
He
almost
did.
nearly to death,
We would
but
cover that too.
and the tiger was only protecting him, but he protected him by grabbing him by the throat and moving him around.
Yeah.
And funny, weird, not funny,
I know
but
it's horrible to
weird.
laugh, but it's just like I can
But
imagine like
well,
them
you
eating him.
you know, you're really kind of you're the insurance person. But I don't, can I get if I have a kitty cat, cute little kitty cat, and you're gonna probably insure me differently, going, oh, that cat's gonna kill him one
Yeah.
day,
I
he's
don't
gonna
do
die in
that,
his room, and
but
his cat's gonna eat him.
It's probably on the
oh no, I
questionnaire.
won't do that. But let's say the guy that has a tiger wants insurance, we're gonna hike up his insurance because I'm like, you have a pet tiger? Yeah, legally? Your insurance just doubled because you have a pet tiger that you feed meat. You're made out of
Yeah.
meat. Yeah, the insurance will be a lot higher for
I've
money.
always wanted to get one of those Ebola monkeys,
And then your insurance agent will be
They're
like,
cute,
hey, what
I
is
could teach
that?
him to. I can teach the Ebola monkey,
Pretty mischievous.
to grab a beer out of the fridge. Of course they have
Oh,
Ebola,
the
but
Ebola monkey gets
what's the
your
worst
corona.
that could happen there?
Nothing.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's a COVID monkey out there in the world that's
Oh yeah,
that's,
trust me, I've
that's
heard so
going.
many.
They
Actually,
haven't found me yet.
Did you hear about the lions that actually caught COVID from the human guest?
Did they now?
Yeah,
No,
and I
I
was
didn't hear it.
laughing because I'm just like, how did we get? So they actually had to get vaccinated. So they vaccinated all the zoo animals because humans were giving them COVID. I'm just
Wow.
amazed. I'm amazed that we are that advanced that we're able to infect all different animals. That's the peak
Well,
of the,
the human being is a virus.
hey, we're
Walking
surviving
virus.
virus.
They're a walking virus. They spit, sneeze, and
Yeah.
snort just about everything on the planet and translate it to anybody and anything. So,
Just a matter of time.
yep. I'm going to show you a new. Probably by next week, I'm going to show my little raised garden. I've got some upside down tomato plants growing like crazy.
Growing nice.
And oh yeah, they're really cool. I just got my automatic drip watering kind of thing happening. So, and then I just got some pepper plants popping up, and
Spicy?
Nice.
no, cherry tomato plants. Sorry, the pepper I'm hoping to get by next week. So I'm gonna take some photos and post them next week because that's all part
You
of
like
what
spicy?
we're talking about.
No.
No, they're not
My mom
spicy
does.
peppers. They're just kitchen peppers, but they're the little
Oh, banana
multicolored.
peppers?
Not really banana peppers. There's like green peppers. There's like
Oh,
green
yeah,
peppers,
those.
but there's an orange, a red, and a yellow, I think. So they're just multicolored, but it's a basic green pepper kind of thing.
I bought some habanero seeds, but I haven't done them yet. I don't really eat them, but I just wanted to grow them.
If you want to make salsa, I'm close. I
Yeah.
just got to make some onions, grow some onions, and then with habaneros, and
It's
then
easy to
boom.
grow with some
tomatoes.
onions. Give them to me. I'll just forget about them and they grow because that's how all my pets. My mom gives me
Yeah.
orange, ginger, onions, ginger, all that
Ah.
stuff. I put them in my cabinet, and then she comes back and just plant them in her garden because they're just already starting to grow. I
I got
forget I have them.
two types of tomatoes I'm growing cherry tomatoes and they're just like on the vine tomatoes. They're nothing. I don't even know the name of them, but I grew them from food that I was throwing away from the fridge.
Nice.
Oh,
So the tomato that gave its life, and I've got probably 30 tomato plants.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Yeah, they're
I've
growing.
got like 30 tomato plants. I'm only using like 4 of them, but the rest of them, just going to see what happens to them. They're just growing like a bush right now. So yeah, but everything I'm growing came out of the fridge,
nice.
out of food that I didn't want to, that I was about to throw away.
It's actually amazing at the amount of stuff you can just
Yeah,
cut a chunk
go to
off
a
of and
farmer's
throw it in the
market, sell it.
ground.
Yeah.
Potatoes
sell
are
it.
that
Yeah.
way.
Farmer's
Nothing
market.
I tried growing seeds, and I have the worst luck with
Oh.
germinating seeds. But take something out of the fridge,
Ready to go.
and my tomato plants grew in 5 days
Nice.
from a slice of tomato in some soil, covered it up. That's it. Throw a little water on it, and 5 days I had like each little thing I had like 20.
Starting to
Every
sprout.
seed germinated.
Nice.
In a slice of tomato, every seed germinated. So I made like 4 pots, and now they're like I've got 4 bushes. Now you can't grow tomatoes that way because
Yeah, I think
they're
they'll
struggling each other.
they'll
But
crowd each other.
I did take the best ones, and I made 4 individual hanging in there upside down now.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually cut a 2-liter bottle of soda and cut it
Oh yeah.
and had to work the plant through the neck. So you had to work the plant had to be about 12 inches long,
Mm-hmm.
and I worked it up through the neck of the bottle, and then flipped it upside down, put soil on top,
Mm-hmm.
and the plant grew down, and then it buckled around and started growing up.
It's going
So
back to the
It made a
sun.
U-turn. He's
yeah,
like,
it
oh,
made it.
wrong
It
way.
absolutely made it. It did
Well,
exactly
It knows
what
where the sun is.
all the YouTube videos tell me it was going to do.
Yeah.
It germinated in 5 days. It turned upside down. Within a couple of weeks, I was transplanting it in its final place.
Nice.
And now I've got there are a couple of
Man, my mom probably, I'm gonna tell her about this, and she's probably going to love you because she has a little garden herself. Because
Yeah.
whatever produce she gives me, if I eat half of it and the other half I forget, and she plants the other half. So she
and it
loves.
was all food I was about to throw away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a tomato that was like, yeah, this one's kind of going, and then I just sliced it up, and I made 4 pots of plants, and they were just incredible.
That's amazing.
So I'm
Can
just
I have your
hoping
green
that
thumb? Because I just kill stuff.
I normally don't. So this is a whole try again kind of issue. So,
You're doing
but you
great.
know what? I'd rather, recycle, and of course the food I do throw away will eventually get mulched, and they say the
Compost.
value of the mulch is you just
Ooh,
can't get
yeah.
better mulch
Yeah, yeah.
than vegetable scraps. But
And eggshells.
eggshells, coffee grounds.
Coffee grounds.
Oh yeah.
But
My mom does all that. I just can't do it. If I do it, the plants die. But when she does it,
well,
it comes alive. So I think it's just me. So I'm
if
slowly
your mom
learning.
likes to grow, I could probably give her a bunch of tomato plants in one little pot that she could probably weed one out and transplant, and there you go. And
Let her grow.
yeah.
Because I don't touch it, we're fine.
yeah.
If I don't touch it,
Yeah.
we're fine. Because when I touch plants, you're like, nope, I'm good. I got the touch of the goddess of
I-
death, so I must die.
I've never had something work so easily so far. And
How did you do it
then
though?
yeah.
It's just amazing because I had a plant that
It's a
was
YouTube
trying
video.
and it died in my hand. It became a
Yeah.
stick. And
Well, I believe me, I don't have great luck with growing anything, but these plants are actually thriving.
Well,
right now.
you should look into hydroponic then,
Yeah.
because hydroponic, I'm growing catnip in them. I'm just doing it for fun. I want to see. I'm waiting to
You
see
know
when the cats find it.
The
Oh.
attack cats.
I'm waiting to see when they find it because they haven't messed with it yet, and I don't know how long it takes before it starts producing.
Maybe that can be a clause in your life insurance. Yes, but I have catnip,
Yeah, it's like
and that's supposed
if
to
you have
calm
catnip,
the
amount of
savage
cats that will
beast.
attack you.
yeah.
They won't if they might if you're keeping the catnip from them.
If I hide it, yeah.
Then they'll be like a drug they gotta
It's
get.
right in the
you know?
window.
Yeah.
And one of the cats likes to sleep on the other side. He's got a bed over there. He sleeps in. So I imagine it's not got it doesn't have a scent yet. I don't know how long
No.
it takes, but they're
Give
starting
some
to grow
time.
pretty good. I'll bring some pictures in next week.
Try drying them out.
It's
Try taking a few and
it's
just
in
dry
a
them out.
big coffee container, and it's
Oh.
full of solution. And really, until it drains down, I won't have to touch it. And it's probably going to be 6, 7, 8 months before I'll have to, touch it. So as long as you're supplying it light, it takes care of itself. So you really don't have to do much. It gets all the nutrients it needs, and just put it somewhere it gets light, and it'll grow.
Yeah. Well, on that note,
On that note,
yes. So, I know you probably shared, but this is still a great time. You can go find us on YouTube, find us on Facebook, like, follow, and share, and repost it. Do whatever you need to do to kind of put the word out. Post it on LinkedIn, post it on anything, and stay tuned. Come back to us every week, and we always have such a great time here. You never know what we're going to start talking about.
surprised we didn't see your brother chiming in.
Yeah,
Maybe next week.
maybe next week. So
Aw.
we didn't talk much about crypto other than
Nope.
the fact that it got us to somewhere else.
It did.
Because crypto is such an.
He is there.
You know, he must be watching TV with this kind of in the background going, okay. So, yes, have a good night, Donnie. I will, talk to you soon.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yes, have a good night.
Aisha,
Thank you,
have a
Mr.
great
Big,
night.
and have a wonderful night.
Like, follow, and share. And good night, folks. We are out of here.